Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning into my tarot channel today. I wanted to share a reading for people who are going through a major life transition. That is a lot. I can see what you're going through is something that maybe you haven't told other people about. It's something that you have to prepare for. And it's something that you must know that if you make this leap, there will be a reward. You are scared right now. I'm seeing the Four of Pentacles, which is about someone basically hoarding energy, someone holding on to material things, but also just like not able to let go or move to the next phase of something, or let go of what they have for something new to come. So this is a time where I was like hearing and seeing multiple things today. I was thinking about that Kevin Costner movie, I think it's called Field of Dreams, and he keeps carrying "if you build it, they will come," which is like all prophetic and stuff. And then I don't know that he builds like a baseball field. It's kind of stupid, but it is based on things from the Bible, where there's stories of people being told, if like one prophet is told, like, bring wood to the top of the mountain and you will like prosper there and build a house there, and one person, you know, there's other similar things, right? Like where God like prompts people to sort of just start building what they want and trust that the reward will come. Really, that God will come to, or you could call it higher energy, source, whatever you're comfortable with. That's just sort of my phraseology. Okay, sorry, my dog wants treats. Yeah, so that's something important right now for this transition, is not just preparation, but trusting that what you're building, what you're envisioning can happen. I don't know if you've heard of Abraham Hicks. Abraham Hicks is a wonderful channel. It's a collective channeled through a woman, and her name is Esther Hicks, and it's basically this principle that we can create our reality. We can create things in our lives if we go down the river and don't get so caught up in the negative. If we let ourselves float and have in mind what we want, we can make things happen. And I know for those of us who've had struggles or setbacks, that may feel impossible. So it was a clear thing that came through. But then also, I was thinking about this, I was reading something, and then I was thinking about what it was describing, made me think of this show I saw at the Fuller Craft Museum a while ago. I don't know if you've been there. It's in Massachusetts. And it was this like potter who had been, I think he was a monk actually at one point. But anyway, he talked about the fire being a metaphorical force for his work, like the fire that's used in a kiln, and also in just like metal work. I think maybe he also used, I think he maybe used a variety of methods that involved coming close to a flame and just enough for transformation to happen, and then realizing its power to possibly harm and removing yourself in time, or withdrawing in time for safety. It's particularly relevant as we move into the season of Sagittarius, which is, sorry, this is my dog sniffing and doing weird things. Sagittarius really can be symbolized by a flame, like a single burning flame. It is a sign that is about being active, although ironically it's in December, which is like in the winter time. And it's a sign. I don't know why this seems important. There's a lot of things related to this sign, but I want to mention horses here. Horses, there's a greater mythology as to what that's related to, but I'm not going to really get into the centaur thing with Sagittarius and what that represents. I'm not going to go there. But horses, maybe like as we're going into this new season, we're going into Sagittarius season, which is about travel and adventure in some ways. Maybe you are traveling, maybe you're going somewhere, maybe long distance travel. Maybe you're thinking about things, like philosophizing about your life. Maybe a time of good fortune. That could be some money coming to you in one way or another. Luckiness, some other things. But I want to go back to the horses because I think we're actually going into the year of the horse. I could be completely wrong about that in Chinese astrology, but the horse to me, it's going to get convoluted. No, it's not. It's not going to get convoluted. It's not going to get convoluted. The horse to me directly speaks to, sorry, I'm going to hit you over the head a little bit, and it is denominational. I'm sorry for those of you who don't want to hear this, but this story can be applied to just enlightenment. So when Paul is on the road to Damascus, and when Saul is on the road to Damascus to hurt Christians, he falls off his horse, or to persecute them. He falls off his horse and he hears Jesus say, like, Saul, why do you persecute me? And he sees a light, as it's portrayed in a lot of Renaissance art. He sees a light. For example, Caravaggio does a great painting of this. And he's converted to Christianity and changes his name to Paul. So, and then becomes like obviously an advocate for Christianity, for spreading the word rather than for condemning. So this story doesn't have to be taken like about Jesus. It could be, you may be at a time where you've been knocked off your horse and you're seeing things differently in your life, and doesn't mean you have to change your religion, but in some ways there's the religion of our thought process, and that may be changing for you. The religion of how we experience the world, the religion of what we know, the religion of what is functional and what we've known to be true. That all may be changing for you. Sagittarius relates to the Hierophant, I believe, in some ways. Also, I think Taurus relates to the Hierophant, but because the Hierophant can be about religion, tradition, society, marriage, contracts, law, the law that is imposed by a society, and these things all have to do with Sagittarius as well. So you might want to look at where Sagittarius is placed in your house to see some of these things. So you may have gotten close to something that was transformational, but then you pulled away when you realized you could be harmed, and now you are changed. And the horse I also see as a journey, obviously, maybe not obviously, but if you've ever been on a trail ride, it is a journey. It is a spiritual journey, a short one, because you're putting trust in this other animal to have your best interest in mind, and it's a process. You're working together. You're communicating with the animal. Are they okay? Are they comfortable? How are they taking in the environment? What is their temperament? The horse could also be you in this metaphor, and the horse could be the world, and the horse could be the universe that you're working together with, or another person. I love this quote, "Sit loosely on the saddle of life," by Robert Louis Stevenson. So whatever fire you may have gone through, just know that there's happier times ahead. There's better times ahead, and especially as we go into Sagittarius season, which can be a time of fortuitous luck or sort of magical happenings. Sagittarius can also be about higher learning. So that not just in the institutional sense, although many Sagittarians do go and become professors because it's a sign of the professor. Also, if you have an ascendant, or if your sign is close to Sagittarius or somehow related by Sagittarius to Sagittarius. But really, the higher learning is not just within the institution of a college campus. The higher learning and the higher thought and the higher degree is the evolution of your thought that you can overcome, you can prosper. And as we come into Christmas, there is the Saturnalia that is like the origin of Christmas in terms of the pagans, how they celebrated it, which really is about abundance and that, you know, prosperity of life, prosperity of what we do have. So rather than in the beginning of the card, and the card we had in the beginning, this transition where you're thinking of what's being lost, maybe think of what's also being gained, and both spiritually and literally in terms of material gain in some sense. So I'm wishing the best for you. I'm really glad that you tuned in, and I hope you have a great day.